In this video, I'm going to demonstrate an eye look, primarily to use the color Rustic that I just got. It's not a new Mary Kay color, but it's new to me. And so these are the other colors that we're going to be using. Notice I'm not filling up this whole palette. See how that just snaps down in there? In fact, I'm going to move it over when I get to the, so I don't accidentally dip into it. So anyway, and I did just wash my brushes last night, so clean brushes. This is the all over brush, and I'm going to start with Candlelight. That's this color right here is Candlelight. And I'm just going to go all over, and you notice I already did my brows and prepped my eyes with concealer and primer, which, disclaimer, the primer is foundation primer. It is not designed to use on your eye area, so I just use a tiny little bit. Apparently we used to have an eye primer, but it got discontinued, so hopefully we'll get another one soon. But so this video is kind of inspired by a selfie that I took wearing this new to me color Rustic. And I posted it in my VIP group and said I was going to do a makeup look using it. So in that picture, I think I was wearing a Hushed Blush lipstick. But here's something else I want to do. Today, I was able to get a hold of the brand new lip oils. So I think I'm going to use this on my lips instead of the Hushed Blush. Very similar color. This is it's just called Blush. Rose, I think is it Rose Blush? Or is Rosé the French version of blush? Anyway, so this is what I don't normally do my eye makeup like this, but this is going to be more of a smoky eye look. So next I'm going to still use the all over brush, and I'm going to go into the Rustic. And I'm going to put this on my lids. Now it's looking a lot darker in this lighting than it normally does. It actually looks a lot of gold. It's like got a lot of gold in it. Now I'm getting really messy with this, but I'll clean this up in a minute. One thing you can do is just try to tap off the excess. That'll help a little bit with that. See, it's when I go back and forth that I tend to make a mess. But I think this is a good color for me. And I've been kind of looking for a color like this. I don't know how I missed this color. I've got like every other eyeshadow, but I just now added the Rustic. So that looks really bad right now, but trust the process. So now I'm going to use the angled brush, and I'm going to go back into the Rustic some more just to kind of get, because I have hooded eyes. If I didn't have hooded eyes, I wouldn't do this, because I don't like that. Just like I want it to be some kind of gradual. So I'm going to do this, kind of get it to go above a little bit. Just a little bit, because I'm going to use another color here in a minute. And I think that already is starting to look better. I know it's kind of hard to look past the mess. That's one thing that happens with dark colors. I know there have been like inventions and things like to put something like a piece of plastic here and then it doesn't go below, but I don't think you need to waste your money on things like that. If you have you can just clean it up. I want to wait till I finish almost the whole eye look. So I'm just kind of like trying to rub out that color. And now I'm going to use Rose Gold, just right there. And this step is optional. You can just leave it with the Candlelight against the Rustic if you want to. but I want to kind of use this color to kind of blend it out a little bit. It's like a transition color above, kind of at the edge of where I left off. I used to do this similar eye look before I was a Mary Kay consultant quite a lot, and I was using a different brand. It was kind of a taupey color, and I couldn't find it in Mary Kay because I didn't try rustic. I tried everything but rustic. I don't know why. So then I'm going to use the smudger brush, and then this is the crystalline. Let me rinse it. I'm just going to go up under here with that. And I'm going to go in the inner corners too, but I have to clean up my mess first. So now, in order to clean up the mess, I'm going to take a Q-tip and eye makeup remover. Oops. And if you're interested in getting one of those little travel bottles of the eye makeup remover, you can let me know and I can add that onto an order for you, because that's what we call section 2. Now I did already have my color corrector on because this morning I didn't do a full makeup look, but I did have on a little bit, which I think I might do that look for you in another video. Like if you want to just have a compromise between no makeup and like you don't have time to do a full face of makeup, but you don't want to wear nothing because maybe you feel like you need some, especially if you're like me and you're starting to get some of these sunspots and things like that that you want to cover up. And maybe you've got some missing brows and things like that. You can kind of do just like a real quick look without foundation, without a whole lot of extra stuff. I can show you that in another video. And see, now that already looks a whole lot better. So now I can go back with the smudger tool into the crystalline and do this. And you can kind of do this too if you want. I don't know that you need to, and that might kind of mess up the whole idea of it being a smoky eye look. So I'm not going to do that too much. And then if you want, you can do the inner corners. You might as well. The only thing is you might want to wait until you've done the color corrector before you do this part, because this might get wiped off. Now, if you really wanted to go full on out with the smoky eye look, you could take one of the, where did I put that thing? I don't know where I have the regular one, but with the brow kit, this is, I just got a hold of this. This is the blonde brow kit. I did try to put a little bit of that on my brows because I was trying to lighten my brows a little bit. But it comes with one of these brushes, so you could dip this in the rustic and then, I mean, maybe I'll try that. But let me do the color corrector first. Just a few dots. I'm going to maybe put more over there because I've got that spot over there. And then I'm going to use the cream color brush, which I really, really like this brush, especially for the concealer. I know I don't do this on camera very often because I'm not the best at brows, and I really don't want to do that on camera if I cannot get out of it. But when I do the concealer under my eyebrows, this is a game changer. You don't really have to use this brush to blend out the color corrector, but I really like it for the concealer under my brows. because of the shape of the brush. And then I am going to go in and use my finger to blend this the rest of the way. But remember, if you're working in your eye area like this, use your fourth finger because it's your weakest finger. One thing I did forget to do, I'm going to take this is the blending brush and I'm just going to blend this. The camera is kind of washing it out a little bit, so it looks a lot better in the mirror. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it looks more pinky. It looks like it's more pink. It looks very gold on screen. I don't know why. Okay. So, well, let me try that. I'm just going to dip the end of this into the rustic and see what happens if I go under my eye a little bit. I think this is what the smudger tool is for, actually. But, and I'm only going halfway across. Because if you want that smoky eye look, you definitely don't want to go all the way across with this. Especially if you have smaller eyes, because you're just going to make them look smaller. But going halfway across opens your eyes up. And then I might actually, I don't really like the way that looks, honestly. I would do without it. When I wore this look the other day, I didn't do this. I'm just smudging it with Q-tip. I'm just saying that this is an option if you want a true smoky eye look. You could even blend it further down if you wanted to. I feel like some of that fell below. Sure did. Messed up my color corrector. I shouldn't have done that, but oh well. I'm going to kind of just see if I can brush it away with the tissue. And I could probably go back on top of this with a little more color corrector to avoid putting on the eye makeup remover and just getting rid of all of it, but I think that's okay for now. Now I'm going to use the primer and the foundation. And I think I'll do that the rest of this off camera. So I'll come back after I've finished my foundation. Okay, so foundation done. Now we're going to do blush. And we are using, I believe it's Rosy Nude. Yes. This is Rosy Nude. And I'm going to use the blush brush for that. I'm not going to do contour. But I will do some highlight. With that limited edition highlighter that we had last catalog, that we still have. It's still under the new section. And I probably need to get another one because mine is starting to look like I can see the pan at the bottom. So this is the highlighter that was new last catalog. Whoops. So I'm just going to go on, oops, got some powder on it. I'm going to go into the highlighter with the edge of this brush. And technically, what you could do if you wanted to, if you could line up the highlighter and the blush and the what am I calling it? The contour. You could literally just swipe the brush in it and the contour would be on the bottom and the blush would be in the middle. And you could just swipe your brush, your cheek color on if you wanted to do that. If you had them all lined up right, you could do that. So I'm just putting that at the top. You can put it anywhere else you want a highlight. I have put it on the end of my nose before, but I end up blowing my nose after that. I lose it. So, then I'm going to use the blush brush, I can't talk today. The powder brush, and I'm going to go into the powder, and I'm just going to dust that all over. This brush is kind of big for this area. Okay, next I need to finish my brow. So this is the clear brow gel. And this is a relatively new one, so mine, since I do it last, mine always picks up my brow color, and then when it's time to replace it, it gets kind of icky looking. So then I'm still going to go through that with one of these. We have a whole brush like that, and then there's this one from the blonde brow kit, and then there's the one from the brunette brown kit that I have, and I just washed them all yesterday. I think that looks okay. And then mascara. This is the waterproof. I have to have the waterproof. So you can do a smoky eye look for a day look, depending on what colors you use. So I put this on one day, and last week, I guess, it was last Monday, wore it to work. I didn't do the thing under my eye though. And I'll post that picture that I took. Keep in mind it's with the different lip color, because I didn't have the lip oil. Oh look, of course I did that. You know, I'm wondering if I had on the Hush blush or the Better Than Bare. I can't remember. Great. I'll fix that in a minute. Okay, so fixing that, I guess, like you saw, it depends on how bad it is. Like this was just a little bit, so I just wiped it up. But this is a little more significant, so I've heard many different people talk about many different ways of fixing this. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of makeup remover on it. Try not to go too deep with that. And then hopefully you can just fix it like this and not have to do anything else. But if it significantly messed up the layers underneath that, then you could redo it. But I'm not going to bother with that for this video. I'm not going anywhere after this. So then I want to use this. This is the new lip oil, and I will show you while I have it. This is the berry color. So this has this nice big chunky applicator, and it pulls out a lot of product at once. So I'm going to kind of wipe the tip off. I think that looks really pretty. So that is the smoky eye look with Rustic, featuring the new blush lip oil. So the last thing I'm going to do is do the finishing spray. And that's it. So I'll do a selfie like this after the finishing spray dries, so you can see what it looks like with adding the color under my eye and with the lip oil, because I'll have two selfies with this video, so you can see what I looked like the other day when I had my nice outfit on. So that is all for this video. If anybody is interested in purchasing any of these products, my link is below. Also, like I said, if you wanted to purchase, like right now, the lip oil is not available for customers. It's only available for consultants. So I think it's available along with the other new summer items. It will be available, I believe, on the 15th for customers. If you want it before then, you can let me know and I can order for you. Also, if you want anything like this, like a little, what we call section 2, like a little sample trial kind of thing, you can let me know and I can, if you start an order, I can add it on. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching.